Hey, welcome back to Cuffum and Quotum. We're going to do a book tag video today. It's going to be the reading habits book tag. I was recently doing a little search of tags that would apply to me because I realized that to be a booktuber on YouTube, there's a reading requirement list, and I haven't read a lot of that reading requirement. So can't really do the unpopular opinions tag yet because I feel like I don't know enough of what the popular opinions are. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. Anyway, so the reading habits book tag could apply to me, so I'm going to do this one. I will link the original video in the description below, so you guys can watch that if you want. I'm sure you've seen it already, but we're going to get right into it. So question one is, where do I read, or is there like a specific place that I read? I bought this chair. So I bought that chair to be my reading chair in my little reading nook thing. And I never sit in it to read in it. I sit in it to film sometimes. I'm a curler. I like to feet prop. So there's a really old armchair and footstool thing that my grandma had that I now have in the bedroom that I sit in. The second question is, are you a bookmark person, or are you like a random scrap of paper person? I'm a dog ear person, and I know that that's going to get me whole lots of trouble. I don't care about dog earing pages. I don't understand the need to keep your books in a pristine order, because books are meant to be used and loved and cherished and read, and so it doesn't bother me to dog ear pages, so I dog ear them. Or if it's a book that has like the flap, I will just kind of shove the flap in there and call it a day. And then as I get further into book, I will rotate to the back side of the flap. But yeah, I'm a dog ear flapper. Sometimes scraps of paper if I can find them. But yeah, I just dog ear the page. It doesn't bother me. I understand if it's a thing that you don't like, don't dog ear your pages then. But I dog ear my pages. I can't find bookmarks or scraps of paper. I know that if I dog ear a book and the book falls, or if there's a large windstorm or something, the dog ear ain't gonna go anywhere, and I'm not gonna lose my page. Bookmarks and pieces of paper are unpredictable. So question 3 is, can I stop reading whenever, or do I have to end on an end of chapter or a sentence or whatever? Yeah, I just stop. If I need to stop, I need to stop. My reading time is so limited that most often something will come up, and so I'll just not have time to read anymore. So I dog ear the page and I close and I move on, and I figure out what sentence I was on later. I wish I had the time and the patience to hold on, madam, I must finish my page. But no, I dog ear that shit and move on. I don't always have the luxury to do that. Next question is, do you eat or drink while you're reading? Eating is a no-go because sticky and stuff, and no. I will drink though, because I'm a tea drinker, so I will usually have a cup of tea. Or if I'm reading on the couch after dinner, I'll have whatever I was drinking at dinner. So I'm a drinker, but I don't eat when I read my books because the hands are holding, and I can't with the food, and no. That's how things get broken and messy. Next is, do you listen to music or TV while you are reading? Yeah, sometimes. If I'm feeling it, I'll stick on some music, or I can read in silence. It doesn't really matter. If I'm reading on the couch or something, my wife will usually have the TV on, and I'll kind of read and poke up and be like, yep, still stupid, or go back to reading, or hey, well, this is weird, and I'll start watching TV for a minute. So I guess it's a little multitasking. I don't know. I'm indifferent. I can read with distractions. I can read with silence. I am indifferent. So next question is, do you read one book at a time or several? I have tried multiple times to read several books at a time, and it never works. So I'm a monogamous book reader, one at a time. That's all I got. That's all the focus I've got in me, folks. One at a time. I've tried really hard to read multiple books, and I find that I'll either read one and forget about the others, or forget about all of them. So just one. That's all I got in me. Next question is, do you read at home? Do you read someplace else? Where do you read? I read where I have time to read. Yeah, I read wherever. If I know I'm going to go to the doctor's office, the wait times are always longer than they tell you because they don't know how schedules work. So I'll bring a book with me to there, or like if I'm working an overtime job where I know I can just sit for 2 hours, I'll bring a book there. Next question is, are you a silent reader or do you read out loud? And I am a silent reader through and through, unless it's something really funny. And then I will always, without a doubt, snort, laugh, and then read the line out loud and laugh about it to myself while people stare at me. I did this the other night while I was at work at my overtime job. I was sitting security in this little office and I'm reading my book and he said something funny, so I snort laughed and I repeated the line out loud. And then I chuckled and continued reading, and then I've got 3 office girls staring at me like I'm crazy. So yes, I will silent read unless I plan on making a fool of myself, and then it's all out loud. Next question is, do you read ahead or skip pages? I am a skim reader. I don't know how to read every single word in a book, let alone an entire word. I have always been a skim reader. It's how I've read ever since I started reading. I skim read everything. I don't consciously read the whole sentence or the whole word. I don't know how to explain skim reading better than that. I just kind of blurb through the whole thing. I see the beginning of the word, see the end of the word, I assume what the word is, and I move on. Kind of how I work with sentences. I start with the sentence, I kind of through the middle of it, get to the end of the sentence, and I understand what the sentence was. So I guess if you want to count that as skipping, then yes, I skip a lot of stuff. I skip 90% of the books because I skim read. It is an effort for me to read every word on the page, which is why college was so very difficult for me, is I skim read my way through high school and it was fine. You can't skim read your way through college. You have to actually read that crap. So I skim read, but skipping pages though, I don't ever skip pages. That's not true. There have been a couple of books where I've skipped pages. Those are usually the ones I DNF, though. For the most part, I don't skip pages. I will, though, if I get really anxious and I start to have mild panic attacks about what might be happening to my people, I will flip ahead a little bit, check to see that they're still alive, and then go back. And we're all good, so I'll continue. I try not to do that, though, because I ruin a couple books that way. But I can't help it. So the next one is a question that I didn't even realize needed to be a question, because that's how not in the loop I am with things. But do you break spines or do you keep them intact? I break the crap out of the spines. Like, I don't like destroy them, right? Like, I'm not like flipping them back and forth. But like, if I have a book and I open it and the spine goes, it doesn't even register in my brain that something has happened. Books are meant to be used, in my opinion. And the more worn a book is, the more you have used it, which means the more you love it. Some of my favorite books are, I wouldn't say they're beat up, but they're not in the best shape. The plastic coating on the dust covers are peeling up. The corners are scuffed from the amount of times I've accidentally dropped them. There's dog ears all over the books from the pages I've marked from where I want to reread things later. Some of my favorite books are the ones that have seen the most damage. And I just think that's just showing that the books are well loved. Do I destroy them? No. Do I still treat them reverently? Yes. Do I care if the spine gets a little funked up? No. That's my own opinion. If you want to, if you're one of those people that like the spine has to be something that's like, you don't want it to look marred, then buy a second copy that's your trash copy. Whatever. You do you. Last question is, do you write in books? And I know this answer is gonna be so contradictory to the whatever I just said, but I refuse to write in books. I will dog ear pages, I will break spines, covers will get junked up. I will try not to, but they will probably end up junked up. But I will refuse to write in a book. I don't know why, can't explain it, but I hate it. The one time I had to mark up a whole bunch of books that I was reading for class, it was like, it hurt an inside of me. Don't ask me why I can bend a page, but I can't write on it. But there you have it. I can't write in them, but I can bend the pages. Let me know what your thoughts are on your reading habits. Are you a dog ear? I know that makes me heathen. Sorry. But do you dog ear your pages? Do you have the 2 editions of the display and the reading copy? Let me know. I want to know what your reading habits are, because I used to be one of those persons that read probably a book a day. And then something happened, and I went from having plenty of time in the day to I don't even know where the time went. So I have not been in the reading community for a long time, I feel like. Like, I always considered myself a reader. And then when I started doing this channel to like get back into reading, I realized how much I have not been reading, and that kind of was sad. But that's why I'm doing this. I can get back into reading and book friends and all that jazz. So yeah, tell me what your habits are. I did not know the spine and the dog ear page was like a thing until I joined BookTube, but there are some feelings about that stuff. Which, whatever, fine. If you have feelings about that stuff, more power to you. I mean, I clearly, for my notes, I literally, do you write in books? Nope. I have feelings I don't understand either. It's fine. As always, like and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. I will see you guys next time.